Sometimes game developers hide Easter eggs and references to other games they have made in years past, but sometimes they are more than that. Let's dig into Metroid and find its hidden lore with the game X. Gnoggin. The Game Boy game X, or Exu in Japanese, was released in 1992, and at the time, it wasn't directly connected to any other Nintendo franchise. It was its own thing. Previously though, the game's director, Yoshio Sakamoto, created the Metroid series. At this point, however, the two games were not at all linked. Later on, though, the manga version of Metroid was released, which heavily referenced X. Then later still came Metroid Other M, which too uses elements from X that make it near certain that X is lore to Metroid. In the game X, you pilot a flying space tank ship called the Vixiv. In both the manga and Other M, the Vixiv is commanded by Adam Malkovich, this guy. In fact, the Vixiv is so important to Other M's story that without it, the whole series wouldn't work the same way at all. Sure, they could have made it any ship, but instead they made it the same one from X. This was the ship where Adam ordered to drop and leave behind a drive unit that was about to self-destruct, even though his younger brother was still on board trying to repair it. After this, Samus could not take any more of the Galactic Federation, and left, and soon picked up the job of bounty hunting, making Samus essentially who she is in the game. Also note the resemblance of the Training Academy coach from X and Adam Malkovich. I mean, sure, X's version is severely lacking in graphical detail, but this was polygons rendered on the Game Boy, so I think it has an excuse. Call it just a reference if you want. Either way, it's still a huge one, and in my mind, it's big enough to consider X a small piece of history in the Metroid universe.